I think I just found the best use case for AI that can change the way you edit your videos forever or your client's video. I see big influencers using AI this way, and instead of just ruling it out as another AI slop, what comes to mind first is them. This is a very great use of AI, and with the release of the new AI model called Kling 3.0, I think the sky is the limit when it comes to AI video generations. I use AI a lot to make videos for myself and my clients, and all I can say is, oh my god, I wish they had released this model sooner, cause this is amazing. So in this video, I'm going to show you the best use case for this AI model. Whether you are a video editor, or content creator, or filmmaker, this will change the way you use AI and also improve your content forever. And if you stick to the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to do this. Imagine you walk into a bar wanting to try alcohol for the first time. The bartender asks you, what do you want? But you've never drank alcohol before, so you have no idea what to try. So you tell the bartender, just give me whatever you think is good for me. The bartender mixes up an alcohol, gives you, and it tasted like shit. Would you blame the bartender or blame yourself for wanting to try alcohol for the first time? Okay, in case you're not familiar with AI video generation, I'm going to be showing you how you'll be generating videos before we get started into my best use case for AI. Now, the platform we'll be using is Higgsfield.ai. You can find the link down in the description, or you can just search for Higgsfield.ai. Now, the reason why we'll be using this platform is because it has the AI model that we are talking about today, which is Kling 3.0. You can see they're already advertising it here. To get started, you can just go to the video section and click on create video. Start clicking on create video. You can see I've made a whole lot of video with this. I use Kling all the time, and this new model is still by far the best AI model that I've seen. When you go to the video section, you can see it says create video, edit video, motion control, and these are different tools that you can use for any style of video that you want to create, depending on the style of video that you want to create. But for now, we are only going to be focusing on create videos. You can't just type in anything you want and click on generate. It will never give you an accurate result. So what you'd want to do first is get an image, and you put your image as start frame. That shows that you want your video to start from the image that you put as start frame, and end frame means this is where you want your video to end. So there will be some kind of correlation between the first image and the last image for you to use it as start frame and end frame. But most of the time, you really don't need the end frame. You only need to use start frame, but you have the option just in case you need it. So now to get an image, you just go to the image section, click on create image. I use Nano Banana to create my image. You can just describe whatever you want, but instead of doing that, I'm not going to waste your time. So I'm going to use something that I do often as an example. So let's say I'm editing a client's video. In this case, I'm just going to use my own video. What I do often is, let's say my client is talking about being in the gym, and I don't have a footage of my clients being in the gym. Instead of me just looking for a random bureau online, which if you are still doing that, I don't know what to say to you. But if your client is paying you like $1,000 per video, you don't want to be doing that. So what I like doing the most is, let's say my client is talking about being in the gym and doing a push-up, and my client doesn't have the footage of him in the gym or her in the gym doing a push-up. I can just simply take a screenshot and save it, and then using the screenshots, I can generate multiple images of my clients in the gym. So I already took a screenshot. I can just come back to Nano Banana. If you remember, we has the image section, create image, and the model we are using is Nano Banana. You can just click on this plus button to add a reference image. Our reference image will be the image that we just took a screenshot of. Now, after choosing and uploading the image as your reference image, you can simply tell the AI that puts me in the gym doing a push-up. Obviously, you can get more detailed with your prompt. This is okay. This will do. You don't have to be some kind of genius at prompting before you get this right. So just click on generate, and also you can select the quality of your image. I always go with 2K. 2K is enough, and you can select how many images you want to be generated at a time. Now, I like going for, if you have enough credits, you can go for, and the credits here are very cheap, so you don't have to worry. You can go for and click on generate. That way you have multiple options to work with. You can just choose which one you like the most, and you just wait for them to finish generating. Now, as you can see, it generated multiple images of me in the gym doing a push-up. This is perfect and way better than you looking for a random video of someone doing a push-up online and using it for your client's video if they are paying you very well. So you can see I really like this one. And if I want to change anything in this video, like I want to change the type of trouser I'm wearing, the type of stinker, the lighting, I can literally do that, but that's not useful. So when you have the image that you want to use, you can just click on download to save it in your folder, but you really don't have to download it. You can just click on animate. Now when you click on animate, it will bring you back to the video section. Now you can just select the model that you want. The default model is Kling 2.6. You can select that and choose Kling 3.0, which is by far the best model. I cannot stress this enough. Now you just describe what you want to happen. You can just simply say something like, my character is doing a push-up. Let's go with that. Again, you don't have to put in some kind of complicated prompt, except you want something complicated. The AI will get it for you. You really don't have to do much. And if you want to add some kind of camera movement, you can just do my character doing a push-up while the camera slowly zooms in. Something else that I really like to do is to animate the camera so it looks like someone is holding the camera. That way, it really doesn't look like an AI generated video, and it just gives you this kind of more realistic feel. So you can just say my character doing a push-up while camera slowly zooms in. Give the camera a handheld feeling. So we just type that in. So just click on off. You can select the duration that you want. You can go 10 seconds. You can go up to 15 seconds now. And you can do 4 seconds. Doesn't matter. In this case, for a faster generation, I'm just going to do 5 seconds. And you can select the quality. You can go 1080p. You can go 720p. I'm going to keep that 720p so we can get our video faster. Then click on generate. And as you can see, this gives us a perfect result with a perfect human emotion. I mean, if you're doing a push-up, definitely this is what you'll be looking like. So we can just download this and use it for our bureau, and you can see it automatically animates everybody in the background and made this look very natural. This is literally perfect. So I'm pretty confident that if you use something like this for your client's video or your own video, it's going to be sick. They are going to love it. And also, what I like doing is, instead of doing this way, you can use 3D animation style, because the model understands aesthetic a lot. So if you upload a 2D image, it will keep it 2D, unlike other models that will just completely change the look and the style that you want. The model always makes sure to make your style and aesthetic consistent. So now you can imagine the amount of things you can do with this knowledge. You can literally put yourself or your clients anywhere, put them in the jungle, put them anywhere, make them do anything, say anything, because here it also has a voice model. We'll go over that in a minute, and the possibilities to this is just endless. So let's make one more video where we have voice going on. We can still use the same reference image, but to keep it interesting, we can just search online for Mr. Beast, or we can just grab an image of Mr. Beast. It doesn't matter, we can just select any image of Mr. Beast, download it, put it in the reference image. So just drag, drop on the reference image. Now you can say put this character anywhere you want. Let's say put this character or person in a jungle, and click on generate. Now me doing this is wanting to push the model to its limits, so you guys can see how crazy good this model actually is. So let's wait for it to generate. Now it's done generating, and we have a pretty good result so far. Got the lighting right and everything, so we can just choose anyone that we want and click on animate. Now you can just put in something like my character says this, and then, you know, describe how you want the camera movement to be or whatever you want your character to say. After uploading the image, I'm going to change the model to Kling 3.0 because again, it's just the best. And let's describe what we want him to say. But remember, before you tell your character to say something, click on this button to turn on the audio or turn it off. So right now it's on. If it's on, there's obviously more credit that you need to spend. So if you don't need audio, you can just turn it off to save credit. So for now we need it, so I'm going to turn it on. Now you can just say my character says if you survive 100 days in this jungle, you get $100,000. Now I didn't describe any emotion, any movement, any camera movement, but the AI would understand this tone and give this character the right movements, the right emotion, the right camera movements. Or if I don't want any camera movements, I can just simply say do not add any camera movements. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it for the AI to figure it out. So click on generate, and we wait for it to generate. Now, mind you, you can do this with anybody. You can do this with multiple characters in one scene. You can tell the AI that this is the character you want to see this particular thing, and you want this other character to respond with this particular thing. The possibilities here is endless. If I say I should keep talking about everything this model can do, this video is going to be like 4 hours long. So after this generation, I'm going to show you how I made this 3D scene and how you can also do the same thing. It's pretty easy, it's nothing crazy, and these 3D scenes are perfect for telling stories or explaining a scenario to somebody. Instead of using b-rolls or boring text, you can just use a 3D scene like that to help them imagine what you're talking about, and it's just perfect for engagement and overall the best thing you can do for your videos or your content. Now it's done generating, and let's see what this gives us.
If you survive 100 days in this jungle, you get $100,000.
This is literally perfect because, as you can see, it didn't make the face all weird, got the lip movements perfect, the voice is great, and I don't know what else to tell you, but this is just great. Now let's move into how I created my 3D scene. I'm just going to walk you guys through it. So similar to what I explained earlier, I just took a screenshot of myself in the timeline and uploaded it on here. I'm going to do the same thing right now. So I uploaded like 2 images for the AI to be able to understand my facial feature properly, and I simply just use this prompt. Using the reference image, make me a 3D character. The character texture should be like GTA 5 character texture, standing and facing the camera directly. And when I did that, it gave me this results. I did multiple, so it gave me like multiple results at the same time. Out of these results, I chose 2. I chose this one, this first one, and the second one. Then I simply just added those 2. I deleted the ones that I had earlier, and I just added those to the reference image again. Now after adding those 2 into the reference image, I just cleared the prompt that I had, and I simply said the side profile of this character, keep the 3D style, aesthetic, and the texture of the character consistent. The character texture should be like GT5 character texture, and it gave me these side profiles. And the main reason why I'm doing this is because I want to be able to put everything together, so when I'm generating video, the model can get my character consistently with no mistake. And after getting these results, I didn't delete anything. I just added another prompt that says a full body picture of this character standing straight, keep the 3D style aesthetic, and the texture of the character consistent. The character texture should be like GTA 5 character texture. Basically the same thing, just telling the AI what I want, and it gave me this. By far, this is still my favorite, and some other ones like this. So I combined everything together, from the side profile to the standing picture. I just combined everything together. I deleted my old prompt, and I simply said generate a highly stylized 3D scene of the character in the reference photo in a bar talking to a bartender. Keep the 3D style, aesthetic, texture, and the character consistent. The character texture should be like GT5 character texture. So it did that, and you can see this is literally perfect. The style is consistent, the characters are consistent, nothing is looking off. Out of everything it gave me, I decided to go with this style, which is perfect for what I wanted. So simple. From here, I just click on animate, and I simply describe what I wanted to the AI, which is simple, nothing crazy. Just talk to the bartender using hand gesture, and the bartender nods in understanding. Give the camera a handheld feeling. I selected my duration 5 seconds, and I clicked on generate. I didn't use audio for this one. This was the result it gave me. So using this result with my editing skill, I just got everything together, and I got this masterpiece. Now, using what I've shown you in this video, I'm pretty confident that by now you already know how to use this software. And if you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask me in the comment section. I'll make a video about it if I have to. And if you end up making anything good with this tutorial, you can just post it on Twitter and make sure to tag me. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out Kling 3.0 on Higgsfield. The link is down in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.